Hey guys, my name is Matt Carlucci, and I'm a software engineer, and I love to sort of check out the new latest technologies and sort of experiment, um, see how they might be useful. And recently, I'm sort of experimenting with decentralized apps. Now, decentralized apps are sort of a new idea. A lot of developers have come up with some projects. It's still an immature concept as far as adoption. A lot of people aren't really sure how they can be useful, what it means to be decentralized, um, and aren't necessarily familiar with the underlying technology. So, what is decentralized app? Why would I care? Why should you care? So, Bitcoin is what really sent this whole trend, at least recent trend, into flux. And the idea there was we needed a way to get rid of the middleman, or sort of a central point of authority or failure when doing transactions globally. So normally, you would do a transaction and you would have to wire money to, say, the United States to Germany. And that would have to be authorized through a financial institution. It could take up to 2 weeks to have that money sent and received. Um, and really, the reason why that was the case was because banks had to authorize the transaction, make sure it was you, make sure that account actually had that money on the books, and then the receiving bank had to do the same. So how can we make this better, right? And how can we make it faster? How can we make it actually more secure? Because there are people involved in making these transactions happen. Um, and as we've seen with Greece and we've seen with other destabilized countries, you have mayhem, and the currencies are inflated, um, as we've seen in Venezuela, and the money becomes worthless. So a lot of those destabilized countries find Bitcoin useful. Now, that's not something that um, the decentralized apps platform that I've created is going to worry about, but it does use the underlying technology, which can be used for many, many other use cases. So I would advise you, if you're not familiar with blockchain technology, to look more into it. Blockchain technology it uses cryptography and hash mapping to basically authorize contracts. So within applications, what does that mean? Well, what it means is that if I am sending some sort of sensitive data to another party, I need a way to be able to authorize that and then make sure that it's secure going across to the next person. Um, the blockchain uses cryptography and creates unique codes for each piece of data being sent that only the receiving end can decipher. And the decentralized part is where you use a peer-to-peer network like Ethereum or the Bitcoin network protocol that allows computers around the world to uh, process those requests instead of a single point of failure. That might be a server somewhere, or AWS cluster servers, where if you were to hack AWS, you could potentially bring down all those servers. You can't bring down all the servers on the Bitcoin network or the Ethereum network because they are individual people around the world using their computers and hardwares to process these requests. Um, so it's really cool in that way. So let's take a look at Disperse. So Disperse is tightly based on React-Redux, so for the UI, and then it's using React-Router for routing. But the biggest things are Truffle and Ethereum in-memory blockchain. So Truffle is a way to interact with all of the Ethereum contracts. It's a nice API. You should check it out if you want to learn more about it. But it's a framework for interacting with the Ethereum protocol. Now, the Ethereum protocol is different from Bitcoin's protocol in that it executes really nice smart contracts based on Solidity. I won't go into depth about that, but you might want to look into it. Here's the in-memory blockchain that you can use. So you can use this blockchain for development purposes, and you don't actually have to wait on the Ethereum processes to be mined and requests to be mined. It just basically replicates the blockchain in memory on your computer locally. So it's called TestRPC, and you'll see more about that here. So what my package or project does, we'll call it a boilerplate, is it's very simple. You install it. It's going to install all your dependencies, the TestRPC dependency, Truffle dependency, React, all the UI front-end stuff. And then when you start it, what it's going to do is, in the background, it's going to run a new separate terminal window that's going to run the in-memory Ethereum blockchain. So you'll be able to see what's being processed in the blockchain as you go through the tutorial. So let's open up a command line here. And I've already got this downloaded, so we're going to go ahead and cd into the Disperse project. And so what you'll want to do is do an npm install. It's going to install the dependencies. It does install global dependencies, all the global dependencies that you'll need sort of in the background. So you'll see Truffle is installed there. The next one is going to be Ethereum, TestRPC, so we'll wait for this to happen. And we've got a few other packages that will help us out. So now that we've got that finished, we can run an npm start. And it's also using the Create React app framework that Facebook has provided. So it's got these nice, it just opens tabs for you. And so now it's loading. So what we've noticed here is this is actually the in-memory Ethereum blockchain right here. And you can see it's spun up correctly. We have a transaction, unique ID hash map contract created. So here is the UI. So this looks a lot like the Truffle React auth wrapper. That's probably because it is. What I've done is I've made it easier to sort of get started and use these, use this wrapper in this box. So what's cool about this is if I want to log in, it's because I don't have a username, it's going to redirect me to the sign up page, and I'll say test user is going to be my name, and when I sign up, notice over here, let's do this here so we can see. So when I sign up, we'll see that congratulations, test user is created, and so we have a new block was created, gas usage up here. You can learn more about that. But basically, it was successful. So this would replicate what would happen on the Ethereum protocol if you were to deploy this to production. So if I go to profile here, you can update it. So we'll update it, and we'll see again that we've got another block number here created, and it's now been updated. So if I go back to dashboard, test user 2 is displaying. And yeah, so the cool thing is as you go throughout this, It works a lot like, if you're familiar with React apps, it works a lot like that. So you're going to have, your app.js here. You've got your, we're using React router. And so yeah, I would say that you should probably mess around with it, see if you like it. Feel free to contribute or leave comments or post issues at github.com/MCARLUCCI/disperse. Thanks for watching, guys.